Well, hello. I think most of you who might be viewing this know me. I'm Pastor John Trump at St. Andrew's Lutheran. But I'm here with the wonderful Heather Mitchell, who we've gotten to know over the last several years. COVID kind of messed up our plans a little bit. But she's with Boudreau Architecture. And tell us a little bit about yourself first.
All right, so I'm an architect and very blessed to be the president of Boudreau, and I have spent mostly my entire career at Boudreau, about 27 years now. I just celebrated my anniversary, and one of the things that we have always loved, me personally and our firm as a whole, is designing churches and working with congregations like yours and just helping them figure out how their buildings and can really serve for the missions and the ministries of the congregation. So that's what I love to do.
It's been fun to work with you and James. But now, okay, with churches over your career, even your 27 years, but then think about this church, and we're talking specifically about this Narthex and the parlor. I bet over those 50 years, the purpose of a Narthex gathering and parlor have changed pretty drastically. Am I right?
Significantly, yeah. If you think about churches have been very small, very formal spaces, and now it's so much more about being opening and welcoming and understanding that the church, as you know, John, needs to engage and invite and welcome and be active at all times of the day. It's not just a Sunday morning, and it's not furniture that's very traditional and heavy to move. It's about being much more nimble and flexible so that a space can serve many different purposes. And so I think that's what we're excited about, the potential for here as you grow and thrive at St. Andrews, that these spaces really do many things for you and help people feel connected and engaged and in fellowship with one another.
I guess that's why we're talking about the idea that we're playing with is opening up the parlor into the one open space. It's interesting, like with the parlor at one time, we needed it for the bride room, and we really don't need that. Less weddings here, and we can do that elsewhere. Or there's other things that we needed at one time that it seems, so that's part of the reason of opening it up.
Right, again, so you're not going down a narrow hallway after
right
Mass,
here, yeah.
Beeline into your, not Mass, but to services and beelining to your car. You see other people, you see friends, because it's much more open and inviting. And so without that wall there, suddenly the space is much more engaging and invites people to stay a little while, to fellowship, to have coffee, to connect with their community, because that's what makes you feel connected to your church family, is those kind of moments where you get to see people who you care about and want to check on and talk to and share Christ's word.
It's funny that one thing the parlors use a lot is for when the receptions during visitation during a funeral. And actually the opening up, we think, would work so much better for that, because the flow here for a visitation funeral is actually so tight, and the doors are tight. I mean, it's a great space. I'm amazed at how well the space is held up, but it's been 50 years since this carpet has been laid, and hopefully you can't see too much of the carpet on tonight. And but it's held up, but it's the paint and the carpet and are kind of in dire need of some freshen up, aren't they?
They are. I mean, St. Andrews, you all have been such great stewards of your resources, and so you can think about the investment that you're about to make and how it's hopefully will stand the test of time for another, might not make it 50 years, but at least a significant amount of time, so that this will lay the groundwork for your continued growth.
And your work, your design is now carrying into the gathering.
Yes.
But we're not doing a lot structurally. We're not doing anything structurally there.
No.
We're talking about basically paint and carpet, right?
And
furniture.
Yeah, you can think of it as kind of a refresh. Yeah, and to tie it all together so that it all looks
the
cohesive.
Parlor furniture the gathering area furniture has been here longer than I have.
Wow.
That's a really long time. I've been here longer than you've been at Boudreau, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. Any last thoughts you have for the folks that might be wondering about this project, or anything you want to share?
Oh, I think it's super exciting. I mean, there's so many beautiful assets here. We were amazed by your stained glass windows, and that's one of the things we've tried to do in this conceptual design that we've worked on together so far, is to infuse some of that color and some of the amazing, unique architectural features you have, and again, really pay respect to that character, and then just to make it more modern. I think just sense of invitation and create a space that's flexible for things that you know you need. And if this space is successful, you'll be doing things in there we haven't even thought of, because it's so inviting and it's such an asset to your church family.
Yeah, it opens up this space, that space, and we'll have the welcome center behind me and all of that. And hopefully, well, we love working with you, Heather. And we'll be continuing to work with her and her firm overseeing the project, because we don't have the skills to work with all those contractors and what have you. We want to make sure we use the funds wisely. So the Boudreaux firm would also be overseeing the project, which historically around the church we found is really important that we have someone oversee. So the beginning of or the continuation of a beautiful relationship,
yes,
right?
We look forward to it. Next steps, and thank you for the opportunity.
And of course, the next steps, hopefully people, as you're asked to contribute, will consider generous gifts to help us be stewards of what has been given to us by the generations past, but also as we go into the future together in fellowship, as we gather together as the campaign is called. Thank you.